here we are with Dr. Hiroki Takeda. I hope I say it well, because my accent anyway. Hello, Dr. Hiroki.
Hello.
Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I'm originally born and raised in Japan, at the suburb of Tokyo. And so I came here, I moved to the US 10 years ago to practice Oriental medicine in America.
We love you here, I tell you, especially me, since I am one of your patients. I love your work. And can you please tell us what is it that you do?
What style?
No, what is it that you do and for your work? What is your career here in the United States?
Why I decided to move here. Yeah. So I came here because practicing this Oriental medicine in the Western world. At the time, I knew I wanted to be a practitioner of Oriental medicine, but I had many choices to work as a practitioner. And I could have worked in Japan, but also could some other country. But my idea is that I believe Oriental medicine is should be growing, and should be more popular. And so I think that change would happen more easily in the Western world than Japan. And so I end up picking up in the United States for my field, my country that I practice.
Yeah, and for how long? You've been doing this for quite a long time. And basically you had interest in this modality that you practice since very young. Is that correct?
Yes. As a child, I liked to work with my dad, like tapping shoulders and just working, giving body work with my parents. Then I started to learn Shiatsu, Japanese body work, 25 years ago, about 25 years ago. And so I learned some of it, and also I got interested in energy work, such as Qigong or some Tai Chi. And so, but still I didn't know. I decided to become a practitioner when I was late 20s. I decided to be a practitioner.
Yeah, very good. I noticed, because I've been to so many different acupuncturists in my life, because I love the work and I believe in it. Would you explain to the viewers what is Qi and what is actually the acupuncture does to people and how it helps to restore their wellness?
Right. There are many styles of acupuncture, even if you speak of acupuncture. And so the common characteristic of acupuncture is to work on people's energy. We call it the Qi in Chinese or Qi in Japanese, and to balance energy with needles or heat stimulation or some other modalities of cupping or some tools. But anyways, the basic concept is to balance the energy with stimulation. And so that stimulation is comes from outside. It's physical stimulation of the body, but actually it affects on the body and even including mind and spirit deeply. It works deeply through the stimulation, and the changes and affect on the people's energy greatly. And if you do it properly, it balances nicely and end up helping people's complaints or helping people's health. Yeah.
Am I correct? I mean, I'm not an expert, but the Qi is related to energy, right? And when you work with acupuncture or work with the modalities, you have worked on me and many hundreds of people. Your goal is to restore that Qi, right? That apparently travels through these little rivers called meridians. Am I correct?
Yeah. So the way of balancing energy is uh, done through work on some particular point of the body, which is called acupuncture point, and the points are on supposed to be on a pathway of energy called meridian. And that's one way, but in reality, it's really it's not the pathway and the point, acupuncture point, is not really a pathway you can imagine or you can see in daily life. So no, you actually don't actually see it. It's more something you feel.
How many of these meridians are there?
It depends on styles. So we use mainly different main channels plus six meridians and 12, totally 14 main meridians, and that's as a total. But also we use 8 extra meridians, and also there's some other meridians that not really named. There are actually many meridians going from top to bottom, or going horizontally, or even spiral meridians. There are many meridians. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And in your modality of work, how do you determine what is it that needs treatment? Say somebody walks in your office. How do you determine what is it that they need?
Yeah, so I use pulse diagnosis and also abdominal diagnosis. So my goal in diagnosis process is to find out which meridian or organ has to be more care, I would say. We call it tonify meridian or organ, which is supporting the energy. So at first I look for that organ or meridian that is most deficient, lacking energy comparatively.
Being that you're palpating, can you talk a little bit about the difference in the feeling when you're touching?
Yes, so at first I'd like to explain about the pulse diagnosis. So when I take pulse like this, but I'm not only just taking the red pulse rate. So I use 3 fingers in one side, and here I get information on each finger. So each finger gets different information related to different organs or even different substance condition, such as blood condition or body fluid condition or phlegm, things like that. So you can say any condition in the body or even mental or emotional condition can be seen in the pulses.
Wow.
I understand the condition through palpation, how it feels. And what I want to say is, explain is that when I say pulse, it's not really only pulse rate, not only moving. So pulse, the Chinese or Japanese word that refers to pulse is more referred to something like a tube or something like, long tube. So I feel the blood vessel, I can say. So the condition of blood vessel, artery in here. And each side gives you different information.
Wow.
So we take both sides.
Right.
Yeah.
I noticed that. And I noticed that you palpate the body, and basically anytime that I have come to see you, you knew exactly where to go for what was going on with me.
Right.
But you knew it really fast. It doesn't take you a long time. It's other characteristics, like say the tone of voice or skin, I don't know, some other characteristics that as soon as I walk in, you usually know what's going on with me.
Right. So if I think of a diagnosis pattern and try to get information for making diagnosis using my brain, uh, I pay attention to voice or face or posture or anything, the movement. That gives me information about making diagnosis. And I can use this information for making diagnosis, but my emphasis, my point is I try to be more open, make my soul or my mind, the spirit open to it. And so I try not to stick to something. So I don't try not to connect to, let me say connect, like
This is
trapped.
like that preconceived knowledge.
Right, no, right,
Right.
not information, not knowledge, more try to open myself to the feeling. And so it's like almost try to be meditative steps. Then that way I just let myself move freely.
Right.
And then my finger or my body goes to a right place. That's my first attitude. But sometimes at the same time, I use my brain for analysis. Yeah, so I get information from palpation. And
Right.
I feel some area feels deficient or weak or tight and think about what that means. And based on taking the whole thing together, and I think about diagnosis, and then finally make conclusion that which is the most problem.
So, like I was saying before, to me, it seems like you are either think very, very fast, or for me, what you do is a deep connection. Because every time I get work from you, you're so connected. Most of the time, acupuncture, they just do the needles, and they leave the room, and it's not that synergy in between you and my treatment, and I feel a little bit abandoned in those cases. You always, even when you leave the room, you leave me with something for me. You having a rest right now. You honoring my time, which feels so good to me, you know, because it's such important connection with the patient, and you have that deeply.
Yeah, so I think in my understanding of healing, connection is a core part of healing. Because by connecting patient, I can establish pathway. So energy can go through between me and my patient. It's a mutual interaction.
Right.
And so it makes kind of orbit. So that way energy can go move and here and there, just keep moving.
Right.
So many health issue comes from the obstruction of energy. And so if energy doesn't go smoothly, freely, that causes problem. And that's showing up as a symptoms of disease. And so if you connect to your patient, energy naturally starts to move. And just the fact that energy connect and start to move, that is a great, has a great power in healing. And so in connecting with my patient is just a basis of my treatment.
Yeah, I noticed that because I always feel very connected, very protected, and very well taken care of, you know. In West, do you have a name for this style of acupuncture that you use to treat, or is something that you put together that it works for you, and why is it that you felt that worked for you?
Yeah, my style of acupuncture is called meridian therapy, or meridian style acupuncture. And meridian is a pathway of energy, a qi or ki in Asian world. So I focus on balancing energy flow through work on meridian.
I see.
Yeah.
And what is, because I have been to so many acupuncturists. I lived in China. I mean, I've done it for 40 years or so. Yours is very different. For one thing, yours doesn't hurt. It's very soft and it's very non-invasive. Many people, when I recommend acupuncture, they're like, "Oh no, needles! I'm so afraid." I send you patients that they were so scared of that needle. They never felt it. They loved it. It's a very soft kind of method that you use.
Yes, so mostly I use contact needling, non-insertive needles. So people who are afraid of needle or needling or needles puncturing, this is a great modality.
Yeah, it's perfect because you don't feel. I never felt anything, and I noticed you use the moxa and even electronic moxa, and you use magnets, don't you?
I use it.
So interesting.
Yeah, magnets are is used for opening up pathway of energy in the body. Yeah, so that's great for balancing energy.
And sometimes I notice, because you have done it with me for years now, you leave some magnets that they come attached to a little band-aid sorts.
Yeah, so that way I can leave the effect longer, so patients get a benefit from treatment when they are at home. So I don't use it always. Sometimes, many cases, just a session in the treatment room is enough. But some cases, I need to do extra support. In that case, I give little magnets or little metals to the patient.
And can you talk a little bit about moxa? Because most people don't know. I love the smell. I can use it as an incense.
Yeah, moxa is a dried herb. It's a kind. It has been used in Japan and China for 1,000 years. It has a special property, which is warming property. So it's a great herb for warming. And when you use it in acupuncture session, I put little piece of dried herb and light it and take it before the fire get too close to the skin that goes burn. So they used to use a burning style or a scarring moxa, which actually makes scar, but I don't use it. That's not my style. So in my moxa style, people don't get any uncomfortable heat or too hot sensation.
Yeah.
It's a great way for increasing their energy because fire very much stimulates, awaken the body's healing energy, and put the heat energy into some weak area. And if body or mind, even I would say, or spirit knows something is supporting and warming in the cold area, it really get relieved because their body and mind knows, even subconsciously, what is good or not good. So if they get heat in a cold area, that's a great help. So body knows it, realize it, and started to become relaxed and energized.
Right, and it really sends blood and all what is stagnant there, it activates. Yeah. I basically love it, and I love the smell. The smell. Sorry about that. And can you mention some of the teachers that made a big difference in your life and your career?
Yes. So my style of acupuncture is one of Japanese style acupunctures, and it's a very traditional style of Japanese acupuncture. And so I have several teachers, but they are all of them are from the same family, which is called Toyo-Hari style acupuncture. It was led by great legendary master practitioner, Sensei Fukushima, and all of my teachers are students of Sensei Fukushima, learned from him. And so all of my teachers have more than 30 years of experience. And so among them, I have some important teachers. And one of the teachers is Yoshida Sensei, Haruki Yoshida Sensei, and who learned from Fukushima Sensei, and also another great master, Shiomi Sensei, who is also has got great influence from Fukushima Sensei too. So all of them are great family. So I met Yoshida Sensei at a workshop in America, actually. And I got a close connection to him, and I visited him in Japan many times, and directly learned from him. So, yeah.
Yes, because it's, the master Tetsuo Shiomi, right? It was the beginner impactor on acupuncture, right?
Yeah, so Shiomi Sensei is a great, very influential acupuncturist. Still, he's practicing in Japan. And so he is leading acupuncturist group. And most of my teachers belong to the group. And so the great thing of his style is he is not satisfied with him just being a great practitioner, but he wants other people to be a great practitioner. So he has been working on education, how to teach his mastery, amazing techniques, amazing knowledge to other people. And so my teachers learn from them. And so my teachers, as I explained before, already have more than 30 years of experience. And every single teacher is amazing. So they have amazingly busy practice in Japan. So even though every single teacher is amazing teachers, practitioner, still a great thing of them is they get together frequently, monthly actually, for many years, over decades, and share their latest finding. So that way they get all the knowledge and together and always find the latest, the best knowledge and technique. That's a great thing of practitioners, led by Shiomi
right?
Sensei.
Always growing,
Always
and sharing. That's amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about Master Tetsuo Shiomi?
Yeah, so Shiomi Sensei is blind acupuncture. He sees a little bit, mostly blind acupuncture. Yeah, so he has been practicing over 40 years. And I visited his practice, his office, and he was seeing many patients at the same time, because his diagnosis and treatment is extremely fast. Wow. But he doesn't use insertion so much. Mostly, he just touch. Wow. And so people who received his treatment says, surprised at how the light and soft feeling of his touch. So it is nothing that you would imagine acupuncture treatment. It's very soft. Yeah, he mostly works on energies. Yeah.
And what are the characteristics of the Kishinpo style?
Yeah, Kishinpo is a group of acupuncture led by Shiomi Sensei. And so in this style, they use very particular sophisticated technique in adjusting body energy, how to handle needle, or how to palpate, how to take pulses and everything. A good explanation would be that if you think about playing musical instruments such as violin, that requires very delicate work. I play the violin, that's why I'm using this as an example. So when it comes to playing the violin, so you just not contacting the needle, contacting the strings with the bow, doesn't mean you can make beautiful sound. So every technique, you need high technique and high skill. Every requires high skills. And so great thing about Kishinpo is they see needle and technique as such. So they developed very sophisticated technique and in handling needle. That's a great thing of Kishinpo style.
Okay.
Yeah, and the basic theory
fantastic.
is mainly just balancing energy.
Right. And we did speak about Sensei Kiko Matsumoto.
Yeah, Kiko Matsumoto Sensei is a practitioner, a Japanese practitioner. She's very famous practitioner, practicing in Boston mainly. And her style is based on Japanese style, but based on more scientific style, you can say. So I got a strong influence from her in understanding acupuncture treatment from Western point of view. So if you know if acupuncture really works, it can be explained from Western point of view. So she has great knowledge, and from that point of view, and her style technique is based on that style, and her treatment is extremely effective. Yeah.
And how it is that finally we can let's refer to traditional Chinese medicine, which is very different than when I experienced with you fully all the way around.
Yes, traditional Chinese medicine is Chinese medicine established in China in 20th century. It's a very new style of acupuncture, I would say. So that style was established, led by a government, the Chinese government.
Wow.
So in the time, so in America, imported acupuncture from China, from China where TCM was very predominant. So most acupuncturists in America learn TCM style for our license. So it's actually required to learn for passing a national exam of acupuncture in America.
Wow.
So I would say it's the most widely practiced style in America.
Okay.
So if you go to acupuncture, just whoever is a pickup acupuncturist, you may get TCM style acupuncture.
Yeah. I know that you know very, very much about herbs, but you only use them in certain occasions, and you like to wake up the inner physician on everybody because you understand that the body can repair itself. I noticed that Chinese style much less work with us, with the person, and a lot more on the herbs, which they don't really work very well with me.
Yes, that's a good point. So Chinese acupuncturists generally use herbs. And so TCM's theory is common for using acupuncture needles and also herbs. But in my understanding, it's more towards prescribing herbs. And so they use needles, use acupuncture point as they do Chinese herbs. For example, this point is good for clearing phlegm, or this point is good for increased immune function or something like that. So yeah, that's something different.
Very different, because you usually, people are too much outside, okay? Everything is outside. And I'm glad that your style connects you with the inside of you. You have the power to heal yourself your body works, your body's good. It's just stuck or is something not flowing right. But not, again, you never really said to me, you know, you need to take all these 30 herbs and you need to cook them for hours and all that. That happened to me before. Is that it stresses me more and it makes me be more outside of myself. You always return the power to me as a patient, and I think your style for me is restoring inner health and giving power back, because the medicine system is taking the power from everybody. Unless you take a drug or you take a pill or you take that, you have no power.
Right.
You, on the other hand, is restoring the power.
Yes, so my idea in treatment is that I want to try to encourage waking up my patient own energy to heal themselves. So in that case, basically, I don't expect anything from outside.
Right.
So if you rely on some substance from outside, even though you get some result improvement if you are on the substance, but if you stop taking it, it likely you go back to the original state. But if your body wakes up and heal yourself, you don't need that kind of other substance.
Right, you
to
gain your
help.
power back.
Right.
Yeah.
And so many people have some good days, good days in the past, from health point of view. In that case, you didn't need that energy, that extra support. So for some reason, you might lack energy, or you have some illness, you have some discomfort. But you might have some moment you experience more health.
Right.
That means there's a possibility that you can be healthy without any extra
External.
support.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
and the acupuncture, at least in Japan, are not allowed to use any herbs, basically, except for some supplement. So my teachers just use acupuncture and treat any kinds of conditions, every kind of condition, without any help from herbs.
Right.
That's why I think I understand that's one of the major reasons why those teachers' acupuncture has become so sophisticated and so effective. And so, but there are some style of acupuncturists who mainly use herb for getting result. And so consider acupuncture as some supplement or some just support. That's, I think, a great another way of approach. But my way is put more, try to do as much as I can with acupuncture.
Right.
And of course, I use herbs for some cases if I need to use it. But I don't give up any. I don't give
prescriptions
up.
and things. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I noticed too when I keep pushing for some comfort or my little blanket at the moment, you always steer me to the food that it will, and my whole life I consider food my medicine, but you always said, food and a certain kind of food for the condition, and it always works, because I think that using that as a nourishment, and at the same time you are teaching people that food heals.
Yes.
So that's, for me, is very big about you, too.
Yes, so food is a key factor for your health condition. So your health is, I understand your health is coming from your lifestyle, including your attitude, what you're thinking, or how you live. So in that, food diet is an essential important part of it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so when I want to tonify or make more and support energy, my patient energy, my first idea is to use food.
Right.
So then also think of some herbs as a help to support. So yeah, that's
Yeah, I think that's incredible because most people don't realize that you are what you eat. After you perform your treatment and all is done, do you send them home with any kind of instruction or some kind of idea to ease the stress or so on? Or tell them, look, you know, if you keep doing that, or a recommendation, or you just finish your session and everybody, you know, goes different ways?
yeah. So how they live after treatment is important. Totally affect on their condition. So I take care of what they do when they are at home. So not only giving session when they see me, I always pay attention to how they're doing, and if I think I need to give some suggestion, I'm willing to do that.
Right, right. Well, it's been a pleasure, Dr. Hiroki, to have you. A big honor. You are, for me, one of the biggest heroes, and have helped me along so things that I thought they were chronic, and I really, really thank you for being with us. And I believe we're going to do some practical that you're going to show some palpations and points and so on. That's right?
Yes, I will.
Okay, and you are practicing in Santa Fe, New Mexico?
Yes, I do. I practice, I have my practice in Southwest Acupuncture College in Santa Fe. Yes.
And we will direct you to his website and give you the information to get in touch with him. And we thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.